You started with a joke, you don't want to hear it. We are in a special place with a special family today. Where are we? We are at the Christian Catholic cemetery visiting not less than special person, Oskar Schindler. And Oskar Schindler, for me, it's a brave man. And I must say, kind of an honest man, because he saved 1,200 Jews who could die in the Holocaust in Germany. At the beginning, it was part of the Nazis organization, but then he realized that something wrong is happening here, and he convinced the Nazis to help him by saving those Jews. Then, in that case, this is his tomb. He has to be buried here. This is a Catholic. He was a Catholic guy. I'm so sorry about the noise here. They are renovating or building another tomb here. But you asked me a very good question. Why are there so many stones on top of it? When a Jew is visiting his relative once a year, he's usually adding them one stone on top of their tombstone. To tell you the truth, we don't know why. Because of it, there's so many speculation. The real thing is that most of the Jews were poor. Then they used to make a hole in the ground and bury it. And to mark it, they used to mark it with stones. But here goes, there's wind, storms, people are walking there, and then every year they're marking it again. But lately, what we decided to, it's beautiful, is that we are marking it because we are adding another stone into the future temple. And we are in Jerusalem. I don't know if that is one of something like that at that. But so many stones are here because so many people are visiting here. And I'm visiting with a non-Jewish family. But after the video, the movie of Oskar Schindler, Schindler's List, it became very famous. But just at Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Museum, he was asked to plant a tree. And he said, I'm not different than that guy that helped only one person. Because if they would catch him, they would kill him anyhow. Then he risked everything. And the most important thing is his life, his family life as well. Then this is Oskar Schindler. You can see that his last act of grace, and it's beautiful done. This is not the end of the video. I want you to know how to reach that tomb because so many of you are asking me how to do that, and this is the meaning of that video. But before that, if it's okay by you, can I show them the valley?
Yes.
And can I tell them that you are half?
Yes.
All right. She's half Polish. And then in that case, you can see another important cemetery here of Polish soldiers that at the Second World War, they left Poland after the Nazis occupied it, and they fought against them. They actually came to here with the British and helped the British to end that story. It's very important for me because a lot of you are Christians, and at the third station of, can you hear me as well? The third station of the cross, when Jesus fell for the first time, at that time, those soldiers took care of that station of the Via Dolorosa. Then if you saw that video, then now you know who helped them to do that. I want to show you that we are on the cliff. And the valley that you see here is Hell Valley. Hell Valley, at the time of Abraham, they used to sacrifice the firstborn son here. Then the story of Abraham and Isaac is not a unique story in a way. And Judas, Hakeldama, bought that land. See the two buses to the left of the two buses. And that's where the Greek Orthodox built a cemetery, and the tomb of Judas is still there. Next to it, let me see, right there. It's a tomb that kind of a tomb slash cemetery that the Crusaders built for the Crusaders pilgrims who died in Jerusalem, and they believe that the minute the body touched the Holy Land, they went straight up to heaven. To the right of it, there are two tombs. Used to be part of a cave, and this is important. When I'm visiting that place, you could see how Jesus was buried, because Jesus was buried as a Jew. He had to be buried at the same day, and then they purified his body and they put it in the niches. I think you at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre went to see the Then in that case, then the tombs of the Jews, rich Jews, I mean poor Jews, were buried in just there. I mean, dig a hole and that's it. Then in that case, it was so important because I couldn't tell you about how Jesus actually been buried, because the tomb that you saw and you entered to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is new. It's been destroyed so many times. And if you have nothing to do on Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, just like a child, you can actually climb up that bridge and walk to nowhere.
I'm afraid of heights.
Me too. I did it, but before that, I actually prayed that nothing will happen to me. Then don't do that. Then this is Hell Valley, and I want you to understand how to reach that place. There are two layers. This is the lower one, and the exit and entrance is from there. Then let's continue to the exit, and I will show you where, the location of that cemetery. And now you will know what to do. I wanted to do that video for like at least 5 months, but it was too hot for me.
Now you have the excuse.
Yeah, now you asked me to do that. And so I said, this is a sign from God. I need to do that.
Yes.
And when he told me that you're half Polish and that this is going to be part of the tour.
Now, more importantly, she's a YouTube star now.
Ah, yes, you are a YouTube star.
I charge.
All right. And then every time that you watch that video, pay a little bit of donation. Then Christians, let's talk about that. The Christians in Israel, it's only 2%. Most of the Christians actually left the Holy Land, Israel and Palestine, because it's not easy to be a minority. Just like it's not easy to be a minority as a Jew in Christian countries, it's difficult to be a minority here. Most of them are Arabs, and you can see the Arabic language of those tombs. Then let's climb up. And I think now we can understand how hot it is. But it's not so. I mean, we are not suffering. Are you? Yeah. And still I'm gonna wear a hat. Look at that part, which is part of the cemetery. That, as I believe, used to be a Jewish cemetery from ancient time, let's say 2nd century. You can see part of an ancient wall here and there. Maybe from 5th century, built by Dokia, Byzantine queen, or even earlier than that, 2nd century BC, by the Maccabees. The reason that I don't know what kind of wall, from what time, is because it's a private place that I'm not sure that someone excavate here. Then this is the upper part. When you will go to the main routes, kind of the nave for me, to the right you will see the tomb of Oskar Schindler, and it will be full with so many stones. Usually we are cleaning it, but I'm not sure that the Christian here knows what to do with it. For them, it's a strange or different tradition. If it's difficult for you to walk, then you can skip that part. But we're young today.
Yes.
We are at Mount Zion. That is the house of the Dormition, the abbey of the Dormition. That's where we came from. That's where Mary fell asleep. The house of Mary, but the tomb of King David is there as well. And the room of the Last Supper. Then don't go away. I want you to know exactly where we are. Where are we? As I told you, no gym tonight.
No. For a month.
For a month, yes. And this is on the beginning of the day. This is the exit or the entrance. There's only one. All right, look at it. To Oskar Schindler grave. But it's still not the end of the video because we are climbing back through Zion Gate. But this time from a different place. I don't like to use the same road twice, although it won't help me a lot. It's Friday. Friday, it's a holiday for the Muslims and for the Christians. Look how crowded it is. They are building a cable car from the other side to here, but they're excavated before and they found evidence for a Byzantine church. They document it. I took a video of it. They cover it now, but if they want to reach back to that place, they can. Then we are at Mount Zion. We already visited the tomb of Oskar Schindler. Next to it is the high priest house Caiaphas, Peter in Gallicanto Church, and we already visited 3 places. One of them is the tomb of King David. The other one is the room of the Last Supper and the Dormition Church. And just I wanted to see the location of it. Let me show you exactly how to reach the place from Zion Gate. And the video is from the end to the beginning, but I think you will manage. Mount Zion was part of Israel from 1948. The old city, as you already know, was part of Jordan. It was supposed to be part of United Nations, but it was occupied by Jordanians in 1948, and I don't know what he's trying to do, but let's, yeah, almost. I'm sure that they pay for the insurance. Today, Mount Zion is a place of, let's say, schools, Jewish, Christian places, a lot of cemeteries. We just came from one of them. The Holocaust Museum, this is the first Holocaust Museum that we had. It's a private place. It's not instead of Yad Vashem, but that's the entrance to King David's tomb and to the room of the Last Supper, which is the second room, just beneath the dome. And the building there, it's the Dormition Church. Then we're skipping it, yes. But I will, because you will stay with me until Jaffa, until Zion Gate, and then you will understand how to reach that place. It wasn't even part of my dreams today, but that's how I cannot plan a tour. because you're stronger than it. God is stronger than my plans. I know what you should see, but on the way there are a million other places. As you know, we need only 4 days to see everything. Yeah, close your eyes, but be careful from the scooter. You can see in front of you two beautiful policemen. A policeman and a policewoman, but they are not white. I mean, Jews, it's not a race, and we just came from a story of the Nazis. It's a religion. בוקר טוב לכם, בסדר. The rule of the Last Supper is part of Israel. It not belongs to the Christians, as I believe it needs to be. But you can see here a very nice church, a Franciscan church. This is the closest Franciscan church to the Holy of the Holy. You can see the Jerusalem cross, which is for me the symbol of I being in Jerusalem. Behind the wall, it's an Armenian cemetery. We didn't talk about it because we couldn't see it. And they are building the high priest house. Now I show you down the valley, the Catholic, Peter in Galicanto. Can I tell you what I feel? I feel that place was the high priest house, mainly because I'm following pilgrims who've been here at the fifth station, and they mention the place of the high priest right here. Then, true or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
And look at the house of Mary. Beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful churches. And we're heading now to Zion Gate. Zion Gate is only from the 15th century. At the time of Jesus, it was, the wall was behind you. And you can see the border between Israel. We are now in Israel at 1948. And Jordan was at the other side. And that's why you can see the bullet holes around it. And just before we will say goodbye, you will see exactly where you are. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and be part of my family, just like they are now. Let's see. And welcome to the old city. We are at the border between the Armenian quarter. Oh, be careful. The Armenian quarter is here. Jewish quarter is there. And Jaffa Gate is that way. Then if you go through Jaffa Gate, make a round tour around the Armenian, go outside Zion Gate, and I think now you know exactly how to reach the tomb of Oskar Schindler from Schindler List. Then thank you, bye-bye.